Hello, how are you doing? My name is Jimmy Wong, and one of the questions that I consistently get asked on my channel is, what equipment do you use to record your music and make your videos? Now, since Christmas is right around the corner, I've decided to make the official how to make your own home studio and film it too. Now, before we start, the one thing that I need to make absolutely clear so that we're all on the same page is that making a home studio is not about the money, it's not about the level of equipment that you have, and it's not about matching someone else's setup piece for piece. Right now, what we're doing is building your home studio, and we're doing it to fit your needs as an artist. This entire video is just here to provide the foundation and building blocks for what you're gonna need. Now, you're also gonna want a text document so that you can reference everything that I'm gonna talk about in this video, and I've already done that for you. Right below the first link, I've compiled all of my recommendations for a low budget setup and with lots of options so you can take a look around. So before we get going here, click on that link, open it up in a new tab or window, maybe even right next to this video, and let's get going. The most fundamental part of most recording setups is the audio interface, something that looks like this guy. Now, this is an external device that you plug into your computer either with FireWire or USB that takes audio data and translates it into something that your computer can understand. Essentially though, all of these interfaces are very, very similar. Most of them have one or two inputs for a microphone or an instrument cable, a place to adjust how loud the input is of that cable, and a place to plug in your headphones and adjust the volume for that. Fortunately, because these audio interfaces have been around long enough, you can get one for pretty cheap that's a really high quality product, for under 80 bucks or even less if you go secondhand. Now, the next step for your computer is to have a program that can take the audio information from your interface, it needs to interface with your interface, and allows you to do what you need as an artist with it. Whether it's cutting it up, adding effects, putting things in order, or combining layers to make a full song, there are lots of programs that do this. Now, if you're on a Mac, you probably already have a program called GarageBand built into your computer, which is a great program. More professional users will gravitate towards Logic Pro, Adobe Audition, or Pro Tools. And if you need to learn how to use these programs, there is, of course, a library of content online and offline in actual books that will take you through everything you need to know to master whatever you're working with. Now, back in the non-computer side of things, you're gonna need a microphone to record the sound that you want to put into your computer. Now, if you ever just search for the word microphone, you're gonna be intimidated by just how many different kinds of microphones there are and how much some cost, how little some cost, and really it's hard to gauge exactly what does what. You're also going to be relieved because there is one microphone that you can buy as a beginner that will you'll probably use it for the rest of your life. And that microphone, my friend, is the Shure SM57. This baby is the workhorse of all workhorses. It will carry your body all the way up to Mount Everest and all the way back down and never complain once. Now, this microphone is great because it is one, cheap, 2, extremely durable, and 3, has been used with even the biggest bands in the world to help mic either their drum set or instruments, etc. on stage live when they're performing for hundreds of thousands of people. Now, of course, there are lots of other mics that I use in my studio that are more specialized and more for specific purposes, but in terms of starting out, you cannot go wrong with this. Now, outside of the microphone, you're probably going to need a sturdy microphone stand and, of course, the ever-essential XLR cable, which plugs into the microphone and your audio device. Now, there are hundreds of rip-offs from these cables online because it's gold-plated this, nickel, copper, aluminum, this and that. It's pretty much all bullshit. I'm not gonna lie to you, you don't need to spend a lot of money on cables, and this is actually can be one of the most affordable parts of a home studio. Again, if you haven't opened that link below in a new window, make sure you do that because you'll see the plethora of cable options that are both affordable and do exactly what you need them to do. Now, believe it or not, with those 3 or 4 things I just mentioned, you have the ability now to create an entire song with multiple parts, vocal harmonies, and different instruments, just with those 3 or 4 pieces of equipment. And the one thing I didn't mention is a good pair of headphones. Now, these guys I have in my head right now are sort of like the SM57s of the headphone world. And fortunately for us, there are lots of companies making tons of great high-quality headphones for about the same price point. Again, headphones is not something that you need to spend a ton of money on, because ultimately when you record something, you're gonna wanna listen to it on all kinds of speakers. You're gonna wanna put it into your car and see what it sounds like there. You're gonna wanna play it on your grandma's laptop. Does your grandma have a laptop? That's crazy. But headphones are important when you're recording to make sure that the microphone is pointed the right way, to make sure that you are mixing it correctly, and you can really fine-tune the details to get what you want out of recording. Section 2, the home video setup. This section is very similar to the audio section in that the basic steps and principles remain the same. You're going to need to get equipment to get video instead of audio into a computer, and you're going to need software to edit that video instead of audio into a final product. Everything starts with the camera. What I'm filming this on right now is a Canon T3i that I've used for the past 3 years, and it has served me very, very well. Canon and Nikon make a whole line of DSLRs that are affordable for someone starting off in videography and can get great quality shots with it. However, on that same token, you can also use something like a phone to get a great quality picture, or even one of these point and shoot cameras. This one's so busted up, but it works so well and shoots really great pictures. Again, and a lot of people have echoed this sentiment in the industry, like Roger Deakins, who's a really famous DP. It's not about the level of equipment you need. You don't always need the highest quality camera to get the best thing, you know? You need to use what you have in the best way possible and use it to your needs as an artist. To get footage into a computer, you're probably going to need a card reader, or some computers actually have card readers built in to read SD cards. Now finally, there are a lot of options when it comes to editing videos. Apple users will have iMovie, and Windows users will have Windows Media Maker. And if you're more professional, you can upgrade to Final Cut Pro 7 or Final Cut Pro X, or the Adobe Premiere Suite. But I stress again that all these programs essentially do the same thing. It's just about how you use the program, because you can make a high quality product out of any of them. And just like the audio side of things, there are a few items you can get to sweeten your setup up. For instance, a tripod for the camera, although funnily enough, right now I'm filming this on a table with a lot of books stacked on top of it, so no tripod there. Or lights, like I have one pointing at me right over there that helps illuminate your scene and get you a better quality image. So that is it for now. I plan on making more of these how-to videos in the future, so please leave a comment below if there's anything else that you want me to go more in depth about next time. I realize this is a very basic setup video, but I don't want to start confusing people. This is an entry point video for anyone that wants to enter into the field of audio or video, or both at the same time. There's lots more to cover on both ends of things, so please leave a comment below if there's anything you want to learn about. And again, everything I talked about today is all in that link right below the video, so make sure you click it and you have a handy holiday shopping guide for yourself or for anyone else looking to get into this stuff. Tweet me with any questions you have at JFWong, or leave a comment below and I'll do my best to get to them. Happy recording, everybody. I will see you soon.